Hi everyone, and just another little video. This time once again we're talking about charging and paying for charging. So a couple of videos on the channel. If you look back, you'll find one about Octopus Juice, now called Octopus Electroverse. This is a really good charging scheme. At the moment there is a special offer on, so if anyone signs up with the referral that I'm going to put in the video description, you get £25 credit to your account. I get £25 as well, which would be a little bonus for me for running the channel. So this Octopus card is brilliant. So if you don't have one of these, it's a great backup and it's a nice way to do charging. That works by tapping it on an awful lot of public chargers, and the Octopus app for the Electroverse, or Electric Juice they call it, is really good. So that is well worth having, and it works all across Europe, which is great. Now the reason for starting the video today is this is the Audi eTron charging service, and there's a video about this on the channel. If you bought your car 2022 or earlier, you may have been given one of these by the dealer with a 12-month subscription at their premium rate. It was expensive. It was about £17 a month, and I worked out it wasn't really worth it for me, which is why I swapped over to Octopus. But end of 2022 this got scrapped, and as of January 23 onwards you can't renew this anymore and you can't subscribe to it anymore. This has gone, so this has ceased to be. This is a dead charging card. This has been now replaced with this one. This is the Audi Charging Service, and it is a new one. Now I always looked before and I thought, how come Audi charge kind of £17 a month and VW and Skoda get a similar deal for £12.99 a month? The nice thing with that Audi charging service is there are 3 levels. You can get it for free, in which case you pay quite a high rate for public chargers, just like members of the public would using a bank card. There's an interim kind of level, just about £7 a month or something, gives you a bit of a discount on some of the chargers. And then there's the pro level, £12.99 a month in pounds in the UK, available in euros as well, depending on country of residence. And that gives me slightly cheaper rates. So at the moment, the rate is 43p a kilowatt hour on high power chargers, and it's 31p at Ionity high power chargers, because the Ionity group is owned by VW, Audi and many of the other manufacturers. So it does work out pretty well. I did the maths on it. I reckon if you charge up once a month, you'll just about save money by going over to the pro version at £12.99 a month, because you're going to get back the £12.99 a month in discount off your charging, particularly if you use Ionity, because that's the cheap one at 31p a kilowatt hour. So it's pretty good. You sign up to it through the My Audi app. The pricing is on the My Audi app in the charging agreement, and it is the same as VW's WeCharge. It's the same as the Skoda charging. It's very similar to what Hyundai and Kia and Ford all offer. I would strongly recommend everyone has at least the free version, and that will let you start a few chargers up that don't take bank cards. But I said, if you're charging at a public charger at least once a month, so sort of 12 charges through the year, then it is worth having at the pro level. I signed up to the pro level for my last trip across France, because I know that that is 6 or 7 charges for the round trip. So that is there's a big chunk towards it. And in terms of kilowatt hours, because they were kind of going from very low percentages up to 100%, I pretty much covered the cost of the subscription on that alone. One thing to note with it, as I found in France, Ionity once upon a time used to pay for every minute that you were plugged in. That has changed. Ionity now you pay per kilowatt hour, but the other high power chargers in France, they still cost per minute. So a charge at Ionity in France was costing me about 22 euros, but when I plugged in at Total, it was a 150 kilowatt charger. It filled me up at 2.5 kilowatt hours per minute, because of the fast charging rate on the Audi. That charge only cost me 11 euros. So it can be better value to charge per minute rather than per kilowatt hour if you're on the continent in France. But the full international price list is on the My Audi app. A couple of things are kept secret. Audi don't tell you exactly which charging networks are part of this Audi charging service. It would be nice to know, but at the moment they don't actually publish a list. I guess that's because it's changing all the time. So some of the big players like BP are in there as before, Ionity's in there, and there are an awful lot of chargers available. You can see them even if you haven't subscribed by looking at the map and then selecting chargers in the My Audi app. That'll show you where they all are. What is different, I have noticed, the car sat nav is still showing the old eTron charging service. I guess that'll flip over when the last subscribers come off that at the end of 2023. So I've noticed that InstaVolt is not on it anymore, and PodPoint is not on it anymore. I used to use PodPoint a fair bit because I could charge for free using it at my local Tesco. Now I don't do that so much because I'm going to have to pay similar rate to daytime public rates for most people at home. So I don't use PodPoint anything like as much as I used to. InstaVolt, again, they take bank cards, so it's not critical that I have it. But what if I went to someone like BP, Osprey, or some of the other networks that are covered, I'm going to get the benefit of those cheaper charging rates, that 43p per kilowatt hour for charging on a high power charger. Anyway, pretty good system. Remember, the Octopus Electroverse referral is in the description. Please use that if you don't have one, and there's £25 credit on it for you and for me. So that's a nice little bonus for us both. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.